Hi, this is Eric with Integrated Health Solutions. Today I'm going to talk about an idea called Diagnostic Stat. It's something that we've piloted in North Carolina very successfully over the last several years, and now we are planning a national launch. What is it? The concept is simple. It's really just a partnership that allows independent physicians to have the same diagnostic resources as large hospital systems. The way it would work is fairly simple. Physician practices in a region stay independent, but they share ownership of a local equipment and staff rental company. This is not a diagnostic company that would bill for services. They simply rent the equipment and staff to the physician who bills for them in-house. So Diagnostic Stat, the management end of this, will group purchase all the equipment for all the locations. They will train the staff and take care of all ongoing operations. The only thing the physician practice needs to do is use their own service. The practice will gain a significant amount of services for their patients, just like a hospital system would. And just like a hospital system, they're going to benefit as far as additional revenue. The model is very flexible. It works for fee-for-service and cash pay clinics. It's simply a way of getting the equipment and providing these services at a lower cost to the practice. You can use the service as much or as little as you want. We have clients that use it once a month, and we have other ones that use it once a week, depending on the size of the practice. The owners can be 100% their own customers, or they can find practices that want to rent from them and gain additional profit. So essentially what Diagnostic Stat would provide is the legal framework for all the physicians in a given area. We would take care of group purchasing for all equipment and supplies, the initial and ongoing training of all staff, all back-end operations. There's a lot of logistics, technical operations, and customer support for both practices and patients. We also help with a national sales program to help you get new clients, and we provide R&D for all new services. And what you, the physicians, will need to provide, number one, is the capital for the equipment, which will be at a heavily discounted price due to our group purchasing. The company itself will be almost 100% assets, which is fantastic for you. We will require a little bit of capital to make sure that we can cover payroll for the first several months. The nice thing about payroll in this case is all of the staff are paid per day as contractors, at least initially. So if you don't use them, you don't pay for them. So there's no real risk there. And additionally, sales. We don't ask you to go knocking on doors, but when you do go to networking events, let other physicians know that we have this independently owned, physician-owned service that they can use, and that will help you generate more revenue. All you have to do is get them in the door, and Diagnostic Stat would take care of the rest. So here are the current services that we're doing at our pilot program in Charlotte, North Carolina. We can do just about any kind of vascular ultrasound test, autonomic nerve assessments, home sleep testing, and the CPAP therapy can be done in office. Pulmonary function testing, Holter, and home blood pressure monitoring, mammograph, cardiopulmonary stress tests, as well as diabetic shoes and orthotics. It's important to note that in addition to all these, we will always be looking for the newest diagnostics and medical supplies, piloting them first, and then at your discretion, adding them to your bag of services. This is just a retainer. This slide will include pictures of our equipment, our vehicles, and so forth. So before I finish, I want to go through some common questions and concerns that may come up. If you already own some of the diagnostic equipment that would be part of this business model, you could exchange it, the equipment for equity in the company and simply share it with your peers as long as it's okay with them. As a third party, we will come in and value the equipment based on its current condition. If you currently work with a local diagnostic company, there is an opportunity for them to continue to be involved. Just pass their information on to us. We may use their staff. We may even make them a partner. If you want to work with local specialists, I am all for that. I think it keeps the quality and the continuance of care to higher standard. Our back-end IT can certainly bring in local specialists to do interpretations of any of these diagnostic tests. So if you are worried about adding on a new venture, think that you're too busy, don't worry about that. We take care of everything. It's your company, but we'll manage it start to finish. All you need to do is put up the funding and own the assets, and occasionally do some sales. Of course, use the service yourself, but let your peers know. And that's really it. And yes, we have references in our pilot program, Charlotte, North Carolina. Lots of proof of concept. All these services being done, we're doing now. We just haven't scaled it outside of Charlotte, and we'd be happy to go through in more detail how we plan to do that. In closing, if you're interested in learning more, first of all, contact me. I'd be happy to go into more details, but also share this video with other independent physicians in your area. Once a region hits a certain threshold, we're going to get commitments from everybody and put the legal framework in place. And once we have a certain number of sites, we'll set a deadline for investments and a launch date. We'll group purchase everything, come in and train the staff, and go. Right now, our first date is projected to be January of 2019. We want to give everybody plenty of time to bring in lots of independent physician partners. My name is Eric Hirsch. Again, feel free to contact me with any questions or concerns.